this way.
I'm not like in the line of the camera standing there, am I?
Yep, a little bit. No, it was somebody else.
I'm like, maybe I'll...
Oh God. Sir? Bud? Sir? Just to let you know, you're right in the camera frame. I know, I'm just letting you know. Alright, okay with it?
We would like to start this speech off with a special thank you to all of the friends and family who gathered on this beautiful Friday to be with us.
We would also like to thank our principal Sarah Smith, vice principals Jill Collins and Ralph Naglieri for their outstanding work ethic and dedication to our school. We wouldn't be here today without your support.
We would also like to extend a special thank you to Trish Erickson and Leah Fitzgerald, our class advisors. The time you have both spent working to raise money and plan events for our class has been greatly appreciated and will forever be remembered.
Even though you had me go get a bucket of sand in early morning.
And lastly, we would like to thank all other staff members, faculty, and administrators.
When we look back at where we came from, it's hard to believe that we've come so far.
I still remember my days at Amagansett School making my first friends.
Now we stand here today. It's hard to fathom how just 2 years ago, the world was turned upside down.
We didn't know what the next 2 years of high school would entail.
But looking back now, we made the best of these troubled times and learned a lot.
We figured out how to learn at home and gain new skills and knowledge that will most certainly be helpful in our future careers. We will enter the next chapter in our lives with a sense of confidence that can only be gained through hard work and experience.
People say your journey is just starting, but when you leave high school, in reality, the journey we just went on was one of the most important we will go on in our lifetime. It's important for us to take the knowledge that we've gained here at East Hampton High School and apply it to the real world as much as we can. We would like to end this introduction with one last thank you. This one is directed towards the class of 2022. Thank you for all you've done to support our class. We couldn't be more proud of you. When you go to college, you will leave the fishbowl of East Hampton and jump into the ocean of the world. So do your best.
Thank you all for your attention, and now we would like to call up Mrs. Smith.
Thank you, Dante and Hannah, and welcome to the class of 2022 graduation. We would not be here tonight without the collective efforts of so many people. To name a few, I'd like to thank the members of the Board of Education for their strong leadership that sets a civilized and progressive tone for the entire school community. Superintendent Adam Fine and Assistant Superintendents Tim Fromm and Sam Schneider for their tremendous support this year. Assistant Principals Joe Collins and Ralph Naglieri for being the best team anyone could ask for. Senior class advisors Trish Notel Erickson and Leah Fitzgerald for their dedication to the class of 2022. Our clerical, for whom tonight would definitely not have happened. All week they have been doing programs, tassels, gowns, cords, you name it. So thank you to Yvonne Tovar, Vanessa Takuri, Steph Otto, Marcia Diaz, Cindy Derenberg, Joan Cangialosi, and Tanya Gregg. Our custodial and grounds crew for all of your hard work in making tonight happen, especially with putting up the tent. The parents for raising such a remarkable group of young people. Our teachers, our guidance counselors, and our staff of East Hampton High School for inspiring and supporting this class. And lastly, I would like to thank you, the students. And to say a bit more about that, on this exact day last year, I met with Ms. Collins and Mr. Naglieri to discuss the idea of moving to East Hampton High School. Next to who I chose to marry, I think this was hands down the best decision I've ever made. Being the principal for the class of 2022 has been the joy and honor of a lifetime. I could not have asked for a better group of students with whom to begin my career as a Bonnaker. From the moment school began in September, you led the way on so many levels. As the only class who knew how things were done pre-COVID, you continued our most beloved traditions. Your class led the way with a full-blown homecoming that brought the whole community together for the first time in 2 years. You got the ball rolling with an authentic March Madness, a school event that even our juniors had not experienced in its original form. You brought back Bonnick broadcasting, which made so many people smile to see all the great things happening at our school. Perhaps more importantly, you set the tone and atmosphere of the building. All of your efforts helped create a culture of inclusivity, diversity, compassion, and joy. For me, this was communicated so clearly with my first interaction with Evan, when on behalf of the Student Association, he said, in full sincerity, "Seriously, Mrs. Smith, anything you need, just let us know." That same spirit was demonstrated in so many other ways this year. You held the first PS I Love You Day to recognize mental health awareness. You were the first members of the East Hampton High School to participate in the East Hampton Pride Parade. But for me, the most poignant example of your inclusive spirit, and when I was most proud of you, was how you embraced and celebrated our life skills students by packing the stands at unified basketball games and when the gym erupted for Sean's breakdancing at March Madness. He did have some moves. This sense of belonging and building of community is what we have tried to give you here at East Hampton High School. To illustrate this concept for when you leave us and go on to the next phase of life, I'd like to share a little story about my grandma. As some of you know, she passed away last week. She was 98 years old and led a remarkable life. So it's not a sad moment, but rather a chance to marvel at all she accomplished. She had many mottos that she lived by, one of which was my favorite. She and my grandpa had their family home on top of a hill. And when she was driving home from work, my grandma would say, "When I turn right off of Church Street and drive up Larchmont Road, I am going to the place that makes sense." What she meant by this is that in her own home, in the small piece of the world that she could control, she created a space where people treated each other with respect, love, kindness, and dignity. She created a space that made sense. Dinner was on the table at 6. If you broke the rules, there was a logical but compassionate consequence. If you said you were going to do something, you did it. This is what we have tried to create for you at East Hampton High School, a place that makes sense. Whether it was Kim's chalkboard telling us what to expect that month, your methods and research projects that work to solve the most difficult issues, or the sources of strength wings you will remember forever. We have tried to provide a small little world where everything makes sense for you. As you go off into the world, whether it be college, the workforce, or the military, I encourage you to take this notion with you and within the small spaces and circles that you can control, work to create places that make sense. If you choose the workforce, be civil to your colleagues, even though you may not see eye to eye. If you choose college, surround yourself with those who are upstanding, even in the absence of their parents. If you choose the military, know that there is honor to be found, even in the most devastating situations. You are walking into a world where there is no shortage of complexities and chaos. A war in Ukraine, political division at an all-time high, and gun violence still finding its way into our schools. Amidst all of this, know that you wield the agency and power to choose how you treat people and how you approach the world. In your own personal circles that you can control, build places that are marked by reason, honor, and love. Essentially, like my grandma did so purposefully, I urge you to create a place that makes sense. In closing, I will leave you with one of my favorite quotes. "A ship in the harbor is safe, but that is not why ships are built." I think I speak for the school, the community, and your parents when I say that it has been a privilege to be your safe harbor for the past 18 years. And if we had our druthers, we'd probably keep you right here forever. But unfortunately, that is not how this whole thing works. So as you chart your course and begin your journey, we wish you luck, love, happiness, and joy in all the adventures that await you. And now... And now it is my great pleasure to introduce the senior chorus members, led by Mrs. Melanie Frere, for their performance of Rise Up and I Lived.
You're broken down and tired of living life in a merry-go-round. And you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we can walk it out. I swear I lived. I swear I lived. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times. Hold every second that this world can give. I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times. With every broken bone, I swear every broken bone, I swear I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day, I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid, I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times.
Thank you so much. At this point, it is my sincere honor to introduce the Salutatorian for the class of 2022, Annika Petrocelli.
Wow. Okay, I have a lot to talk about, so I'm going to start with some thank yous, because that's how it seems to be going. I want to give yet another huge thank you to Miss Smith and everything that she's done for our school this year. I mean, I was pretty nervous about how a lot of things were going to go this year coming back from COVID, but she did an absolutely amazing job pulling everything together, especially for her first year dealing with us. And as a class, we really cannot thank you enough. Give her another round of applause, everyone. Speaking of our class, I would like to thank the class of 2022 for working so hard to get here tonight and for being the only class who still remembers what March Madness used to be like. I think we did a pretty good job of bringing the energy back to East Hampton. I am just so proud of all of you, and I know everyone else in this audience is too. I don't have any idea if she's here tonight, probably not, but I want to thank Miss Manser, my old director, because she really sparked my love of theater and gave me the best built-in friend group I could ever ask for. I've been doing the shows for 8 years in school, which is like just absolutely insane. And there's a bunch of people here that have done all of them with me. That is so crazy, and all of those people have really become my second family. I want to thank Ms. Jehoda, the leader of our school's GSA, for always encouraging me to live my life as authentically as I can. My queerness is an important part of who I am, and she's one of the most supportive people I've ever met when it comes to my identity. Huge shout out to Dr. Craig Rabito. Did you guys know he was born as Craig before he was Paul? It's a good story. You should go up to him and ask him later, because I know he loves children and people in general. He'll love it. He'll be thrilled. I wish I had the time to individually thank all of my teachers that have been a blessing to me for the past 4 years, because I don't know where I'd be without the support of all of you. So many of the staff here have just been so kind and patient and funny, and you've made my time here just that much better, so thank all of you. I've got to give it to Evan for sticking by my side all these years and being the best competition and motivation I could ask for. For the record, I scored 1 singular point more than him on the 8th grade Earth Science Regents. I just want to make that clear. Thank you, Mr. Luby. But genuinely, congrats. Because like this school and doing enough to be up here speaking today is really, really hard. There is more peer pressure to take APs than to do drugs, like significantly. But all of you, it doesn't matter where your grades are. I mean, I know that's easy for me to say up here, but all of us are walking this stage tonight, and we all end up in the same place no matter what. The thing is, school has gotten like 1,000 times harder in the past 50 years, but no one's expectations have changed, and in fact, they've probably gotten even higher, and it's not good for us. I wanted to make this speech kind of funny, but in all honesty, school and my mental health have not exactly cooperated for a while. For a really long time, I had to put just as much effort into eating and brushing my teeth and getting up in the morning as I did for all of my classes combined. And let me tell you, after 4 years, it gets kind of exhausting. And I know I'm not alone in that, not by any measure, and I'm sure there are many of my classmates who feel the exact same way. However, just as a general rule that I've noticed, people think when you're doing well in school that you must be doing fine mentally. I mean, how else could I get the grades that I did? You have a nice family and a roof over your head, and you're successful, and I just don't understand what you have to be sad about. And I think a lot of those sky-high, unrealistic academic expectations of kids today are what prevent people like me from asking for help, because we should be good enough, old enough, smart enough to figure it out on our own. But I wasn't. And I've had to ask for more help this year than ever, and it was absolutely terrifying. But please don't dismiss your emotions because you think you need to do it alone, especially you top 10%ers and anyone else who struggles with school. It took me a long time to learn, and I'm really glad that I did. Please make sure to put yourself first. Do it for your stressed out high school self. Do it for the friends that you've made and lost over the years. Do it to spite your terrible exes. Do it for your future self, because that's really the person that you're saving by learning to love yourself now. I'm doing a lot better than I have been. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who helped me get here. My friends, who I care about more than anyone on the planet. My teachers for being so patient with me. My parents who have been there for me through everything, even though I don't listen to anything they have to say unless my therapist repeats the same thing in a different font. But the past few months, I've kind of been coming to terms with the fact that the hard part about things getting better, finally, is that you still have to leave. Despite the traffic and bad drivers and the overpriced stores no one can afford, I'm still really gonna miss this place. This school has given me so many memories and opportunities, some of the best friends who I never would have met if this place didn't force us together. I wish all of the students graduating here with me and those who will follow in the coming years the very best in their futures. I love all of you. You're going to absolutely slay the real world, and I can't wait to see it. Thank you.
And now, it is with great pleasure and respect that I introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2022, Mr. Evan Massey.
Hello and good evening, parents, friends, teachers, mentors, administrators, and of course, the beautiful graduating class of 2022. We made it, guys, and let me tell you, does it feel good? It feels like just a short while ago, the class of 2022 was a group of beady-eyed adolescents on their first day, trying to navigate the long halls of East Hampton and struggling to get from math to art in just 4 minutes. I remember most of us couldn't even get our lockers open that day, and now look at what we've accomplished. However, at the time, we had no idea what we were in for. We didn't know that Mr. Brussel harbored a small collective of reptiles in the back corner of the science hallway. We didn't know that Heather could be found in every hallway at all times, no matter the conditions. We didn't know that Ms. Helfand treated her calculators like gold, or that Mr. Stewart always had a camera ready to go for an embarrassing yearbook feature, or that Mr. O'Donnell could always be spotted in flip-flops and never put the dogs away. There was no doubt we certainly had a lot to learn, but we knew we would support each other and give a lending hand when needed. We lifted each other up, and in order to create an environment that allowed for us to arrive here at this pinnacle moment in our lives. And on behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to give some thank yous. Thank you to all of the teachers and staff at this high school. There's no limit to the extent to which these individuals would go to help us and see us succeed. I would also like to give a heartfelt thank you to Mrs. Smith, Mr. Naglieri, and Mrs. Collins for always running the show so beautifully and always being there when any of us were in need. A warm thank you to the whole guidance department, who would always tend to our many college meltdowns and panics about having 5 applications due the next morning. A large thank you to all of the parents who would help us through late night projects and picking us up at odd hours of the night, coming home late from sports games. I want to especially thank my parents, Liz and Paul. I am so grateful for you two and all that you provide for our family. I love you guys, and I could not be more proud to be your son. And finally, we should thank each other, class of 2022. Between cramming study sessions, between periods before a test, and sharing notes for a day you missed school, we looked out for each other and had each other's backs through thick and thin. Today, our class becomes one of the most important graduating classes to come out of East Hampton. The classic traditions that make East Hampton so special, like homecoming and March Madness, were on the fringe of extinction because of COVID. Our class was the last year to experience these iconic events before the pandemic, and the other classes had no idea what to expect from these milestones. So it became our collective duty to breathe life back into our school and bridge the gap between pre- and post-COVID traditions. And I can say with confidence that we did an amazing job. Our pep rally was a smash hit, and March Madness carried bounties of energy and school spirit that I've never seen before. Our class even took advantage of this opportunity to work with a clean slate and created new traditions that will last for many years to come. We may have accidentally started a new rivalry between the junior and senior classes during March Madness. We brought our September dance out to the tennis courts, which is great because no one should have to experience a high school cafeteria filled with 500 sweaty teenagers. We packed out our homecoming football game and filled the stands with friends, family, and alumni alike. Mr. Stewart, who has been at East Hampton for over 40 years, even said that it was the most attendance at an East Hampton sports game that he has ever seen, and I think that deserves a round of applause. I believe it's extremely important to recognize how fortunate we are to grow up in East Hampton. We live in such a tight-knit community that has allowed us to become comfortable and find our routines. That is one special quality about living here. No matter the situation, the person you're looking for is always right around the corner. Most of us have known each other for our entire lives, and this has provided us with the stability to blossom into the beautiful people we are today. Whether it's grabbing Goldbergs after a late night out and bumping into all your friends, or cracking jokes and singing songs after an away game win on the school bus, we have formed a tight-knit community that has provided us a comfort zone. But as we move forward into this next chapter of our lives, we will be forced out of this East Hampton bubble. This feeling of leaving our little town behind feels daunting, and I'm not claiming that the road will be smooth ahead. But our class has persevered through the thick of it, and there seems to be no stopping us. Our careers as high school students come to an end today. As we are gathered here on this special occasion, it is time for us to march forward into the world, to try and discover new passions, to leave our mark, our legacy. It may feel a bit strange to be sitting in a lecture with hundreds of kids that you don't know, or to go out to some party without your same crew of 5 friends that you've had since elementary school. But this change will help us leave our comfort zones. Some of the most beautiful discoveries about ourselves occur when we are uncomfortable, away from the safety net that we are so acquainted with. Next year, I urge you all to step outside of your comfort zone. Take that ballroom dancing class that is offered at your school, or join the photography club even if you have never held a camera before. We will be giving so many amazing opportunities to experiment and try new things, and it would be naive not to take advantage of each and every one of these opportunities that we will be handed. Trying new things with no knowledge of what the result can be will leave us feeling vulnerable, and this feeling of being vulnerable can be uncomfortable and a scary feeling. However, I challenge each and every one of you to be uncomfortable, for within the uncomfortable lie the seeds of true growth and progress. Class of 2022, it has been an honor to call you my classmates, and I wish you all the very, very best. I will leave you with my favorite Winnie the Pooh quote. How lucky am I to have something that makes saying goodbye so hard? Thank you.
And now for the main event. I'd like to invite Mr. Fine, Superintendent of Schools, and the President of the Board of Education, Mr. J.P. Foster, to begin our presentation of diplomas.
Oh, it's on. And I need your card. Evan Joseph Massey. Annika Grace Petroselli. Jonathan Matthew Cooperschmidt. Mari Elijah Gordon. Isha Adnan. Angel Algon Carvajal. Leonela Abreu Garcia. Kaylee Anderson. Olivia Renee Armand. Mahak Ari Arshad. Kevin Ayavaka. Jason Ballesteros. Charles Van Williams. Luis Barros. Eric Barahona. John Luis Bejo. Alexis Bejo. Marlena Patricia Bellucci. Tabitha Louise Bennett. Anthony Bermejo. Kim Bermeo. Sarah Boutwell. Declan Bistrian. Ella Sophia Bistrian. James Bordino. Justin Bravo. Nydia Bravo Rejos. Madeline Rose Brown. Ella Sage Brule. Luke Brunn. Charlie Ann Burge. Brylan Rose Bushman. Laura Sophia Calderon. Julia Ruskova Cordwell. Christian Campoverde. Jax Cantwell. Gregory Karchapuya. Asley Cardozo. Sophie Carmichael. David Carpio Giavabuma. Karina Star Castillo. Guillermo Cedilla Flores. Karen Chapa. Elise Jasmine Chapman. Samantha Nicole Chumbi. Jason Kwanga Chuchi. Luis Gabriel Chuki Alvar. Darwin Koya Guaso. Nora Marie Conlon. Edgar Jose Coronel. Leslie Correa. Zola Delora Crandall. Abigail Cruchetta Baez. Kaylin Cruzetta Solis. Jennifer Cruz Vinacasa.
You know my name?
Grace Cuesta Oliveras. Zachary Christopher Dam. Mark Daniels Jr. Jay DeGroof. Julian Del Favre. Kaylee Sarah DeMay. Delilah Colleen Desmond. Joanna Maciel DePaulo Fructuso. Andrew John Nimanopoulos. Emma Ducci. Austin Richard Dunham. Nesser Jacob Duton Barocho. Emily Claire Diner. Julia Rose Erickson. Natalie Dianara Espejo Pezentes. Katie Michelle Ferez. Leslie Asante Ferez Salcedo. James Thomas Farrell. Maya Amber Fight. Faith Evangeline Fenlon. Ambioris Jr. Fernandez. Natalia Flores. Juana Yasmith Giuliano Alvarado. Maria Flores Berneo. Grayson Lane Forsberg. Christopher Franco Marin. Joseph Michael Frisha. Marifer Fernanda Gallegos Berselzi. Sierra Jean Gant. Yulisa Garces Mercedes. Camila Lopez. Jocelyn Gabby Galanas. Hello. Tiffany Scarlett Georgopoulos. Anthony Gonzalez. David Scott Gregorio.
Griffinkamp.
Jack Henry Griffinkamp. Danielle Grosso. Doris Guanga. Valerie Guanga Reyes. Derek Jared Guzambo. Anthony Guevara. Layla Denise Gutierrez. Brandon Maxwell Hellier. Michael Hill. Grace Catherine Hosey. Emma Suzanne Wren. Kevin Inga. Dylan Thomas Islami. Angus Ward Jarrett. Jocelyn Jarrow. Joshua David Wahogo.
Pull it back here more?
Well, you don't want to be in their way. Okay. Yeah, no, they'll be going up, so just so you...
So should I turn it this way and do it this way?
She just wants to lower the mic.
Can we lower it a little bit? There. Yep. You're gonna go up, you go down, and you'll walk all the way back around.
How do they come back in?
Then you go walk all the way around and come in front of you.
Yeah, in front of us, and then they go sit.
Got that? Come here, cheerlead it all the way around. So you got that? Name? You're gonna go that way, shake hands. Outside, they'll direct you. And back here. Okay, let's do it. Don't forget your book. Alexandro Aris Karas. Adea Castrati. Anna Castrati. Aiden Alexander Klarman. Jake Douglas Crea. Arabella Deer Couplins. Juliana Elizabeth Lester. Hard. Julian Hudson Link Morse. Daniel Londano. Nicole Giselle Lopez. George Alberto Lachero Morales. Melanie Ashley Luque. Hector Javier Maldonado. Alexa Mantella. John Marin. Felipe Marin Jr. Thomas Vincent Marks Villar. Diego Thomas Martins. Wait. Amino Rex Martin. Leah Rose Massey. Santiago Maya. Aiden Connor McCormick. Quinlan Thomas McDonald. Gage Meeks. Andy Merchant. Magdalena Emrys May Michael. James John Midson. Sorrel Kai Miller. Melvin Molina. Jose. Maria Jose Moncayo Castro. You ready, man? Gael Moniz. Lucas Montoya. Michael August Moret.
Yeah,
Sarah Ann Morgan. Julianne Murray. Miko Alexander Negroponte. Jenny Lee Wing.
You said it right.
Did I say- Brett Richard Nicholson. Andrew Nieto. Jennifer Olea Sinche. Emily Rachel Ortega Antuez. Nicole Alexandra Ortez Perez. Osorio. Leslie Diana Osorio. Ashley Palacios. Caleb Peralta. Rosa Amelia Perez. Jocelyn Pesantes Solis. Natalie Jasmine Pilco. Leandro Pinedo Perez.
I stepped on it. I fell a few times.
Christopher Francis Pitts. Daniel Joseph Piver. I love you, Randy. You know it. Randy Alexis Pizarro. Kenny Gustavo Pluis Sumba. David Patrick Polkowski. Michelle Diplomas Sanchez. Melissa Carol Kohiri. Eddie Alexander Kedumbai.
Coach, Keish.
Alexander Kiros. John Carlos Quichpe. Robert Alexis Rea. Sarah Rengifo Medina. Andrea Samantha Rivera.
Don't mess up my name.
Brandon Rodriguez. Luis Thomas Rosato Lopez III. Matthew Jonathan Rosario. River Sarah Ross. Colin Martin Ruddy. Manuel Alejandro Santana. Anahi Santos Tokori. Colin Edward Schaefer. Samali Sarah Vargas.
Thanks, Trish.
Bruce Avery Talmadge Siska.
It's a bat.
Tristan Usher Sissin. Brian Alexander Solano. Emma Mayella Stein. Got this one. Joseph Robert Suter. Congratulations. Carson Warwick Tompkins. Steve Trellis. Litzy Maribel Yerkea Oliva. Melanie Gabriela Valardes Takori. Jennifer Varela Moncayo. Antoine David Vargas. Valeria Vargas. Joshua Ivan Vasquez Alvarez. Brandon Stephen Vakuma Peralta. Joshua Villaplana Porras. Megan Elizabeth Walsh. Sophia Babette Weiss. Brooke Grayson Willingham. Brooke Alexa Whitmer. Dylan Christian Wolcott. Sophia Elizabeth Yardley. The best fellows. Kiri Zendejas.
Not just brains.
We need one with wheels.
Sorry.
Got it?
Yeah. Okay. I think we're still coming around. Congratulations to our class. Not yet. At this time, it is my honor to introduce the co-vice presidents of the Student Association, Mr. Amari Gordon and Mr. Jonathan Cooperschmidt, to give the stats of the class.
Hey guys. Good evening. Our names are John Cooperschmidt and Amari Gordon, and we are the co-vice presidents of the East Hampton High School Student Association.
We'd like to share some pretty cool statistics about this class. We're shipping out all around the country next year, to Duke, to Penn State, to SUNY Binghamton, to UMiami, to Brown, to Cornell, to UPenn, to Michigan, to Santa Clara, to GW, and so many, many more. Additionally, 2 students will be joining the military. With over 100 students attending college next year, 19 BOCES graduates ready to hit the workforce, and the first class in history to have a countless amount of senior skip days, the class of 2022 is one for the books. Students, look around. Take in the magnitude of this accomplishment. For many of us, these are the final moments of a 13-year journey with the same 200+ students, from John Marshall to Amagansett School, Spring School, Montauk, or even OLH. We have come together from many backgrounds and stayed together on the journey.
Last week, as we all sat in the senior lounge, signing yearbooks and wiping tears, memories of the past came flooding in. The haunted gym at JMMES, going to Mystic Aquarium in Connecticut, going to Washington, D.C., and the absolutely insane time that was this year's March Madness. The class of 2022 has overcome many obstacles to get to this very moment. A pandemic, a loss of social life, online school. Over the course of these 13 years, we have proven time and time again that we are resilient and a force to be reckoned with. Students, look to your left and look to your right. Among us are people who will write laws, write books, write music, and probably write a few parking tickets too. But I know for sure that we all will be writing history.
The class of 2022 is intelligent, kind, funny, artistic, and even a little bit crazy. With our intense school spirit, we are integral to making East Hampton High School the magical place it is.
Class of 2022, take pride in how far you have come and have faith in how far you will go. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the East Hampton class of 2022.
And now, the moment we've been waiting for. Seniors, please rise.
And after 13 years, seniors, please move your tassels to the left.
And seniors, don't forget to keep your tassels. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the East Hampton High School class of 2022.